ओम अज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। So nobody's listening, huh? That's funny. Yeah.
I want to listen.
What about others? Let me just today Govardhan pastime. Not today, but you're celebrating today. But anyway, every day can be Govardhan festival. It's good to celebrate festival. We were reading in Brahma Samhita. Every day is festival, no? Yatha Ganyam Natyam Gamanam Api. Every day is a festival, every step is a dance, every word is a song. And out of all festivals, festival of Govardhan, that's the largest and very important and very dear to Krishna. We were reading Gokula Mahotsavisham. So, why this festival is so important to all of us? There are so many pastimes of Krishna, but this is, we celebrate not only in Gaudiya Vaishnavism but in Pushti Sampradaya, as he was telling. In Nimbahak Sampradaya also, they are very fond of celebrating this festival. In Bhagavatam, Krishna says, anybody who celebrates this festival, Krishna gives pure devotion to him.
Wow, very good.
So, why we are doing this? Because Govardhan is called Haridasa Varya. That is, he is the best of servants. And who said this? This is said by the best of servants of Krishna, Srimati Radharani. So Radharani praises Govardhan, and that's not a small praise. If Radha praises somebody, he has to be somebody. So why she praises Govardhan as best of servants? Why not any other devotee? Why not grass? Why not peacocks? Why not birds? But just Govardhan. Because Govardhan is teaching us many secrets of pure devotion service by this pastime. And one of them was that, we all know the pastime, so I don't need to explain, but one of the important points in pure devotion is Krishna lifted Govardhan on his small finger, left hand, and Indra, he was raining, and those rains, the drops of rains were like pillars, it is said, and pillars was falling on Govardhan, and Govardhan, there was lightning, so much water, so much suffering for Govardhan, but at the same time he was feeling bliss. That is a pure devotee. That is why he is best servant. Best servant is, Prabhupada says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Bengali, Tumhara sevaye jata hoy dukh sei to parama sukh. And Bhakti Thakur also says that if in your service I face sufferings, that is my greatest happiness. And Govardhan is showing that. He was in full of bliss. He was full of bliss. The more Indra was trying to torment Brajvasis and Govardhan, more he was in bliss. So that is what Prabhupada writes in one of his purports, that for devotees, devotion is so nice, service is so nice, that service makes miseries joy. But without devotion, even joy will become miseries. That's this material world. So with devotion, even darkness becomes light. But without devotion, even light becomes darkness. That's what Govardhan is showing by taking all sufferings on him. And why is called best of servants? Because he is having the fortune of coming in contact with Krishna for 7 days. There's nobody in Vrindavan and no pastime and no devotee who has come in contact with Krishna for 7 days continuously. Even Radha gets embraced and Krishna, it's just for one night probably when they're dancing, and then Krishna leaves. But Govardhan is getting touch of Krishna for 7 days on his little finger, and he's showing us we can be with Krishna, but if we want to come in touch with him, you have to do service to him. So until unless there was service for Govardhan, he was in touch. When service was over, Krishna put him down and went away. So Govardhan is teaching, if you want to find Krishna, if you want to get in touch with him, find him in service. In service he will come in touch with you. And there are two things: to remain with Krishna and to remain in touch with him. Two things. Most of us are with Krishna now. Anukut, Mahaprasad, holy name, but we are not in touch with him. Most of us. We are not in touch with holy name. If we were in touch with him, as soon as we would have chanted, name, form, pastimes, qualities will reveal. But that doesn't happen because we are not fortunate enough to be engaged in service of Krishna like Govardhan or like Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, I was never separate from Krishna. Prabhupada said, no, I never forgot him. So that's another point which Govardhan is teaching us. And actually this happened. Baldev Vidyabhushan, he came to Jaipur on instructions of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and there was a commotion in Jaipur about whether Krishna can stay with Radharani or not. But he came there to solve this matter, and while he was solving this matter, they asked him to write a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. All the Pandits, they said, okay, if we can accept Radha with Krishna only on one condition, if you have Vedanta Sutra commentary. Otherwise your ideas we don't accept. Because Rukmani can be with Krishna, not Radha. So Baldev Vidyabhushan told, okay, fine. So near Jaipur there is a place called as Galta. You know Galta, here visited? In that place there is a temple where Baldev Vidyabhushan sat. He meditated on Radha Govindji, and Govindji manifested himself. He came and he told, okay, you write, I'll speak. And within 7 days he wrote commentary on Vedanta Sutra, which takes years for people to write. And the point was, Baldev Vidyabhushan got in touch with Krishna within the service. That was the point. He found Krishna when there was a important and urgent service, and there he found. That's why Prabhupada said, if you want to come in touch with Krishna, find a service which is probably risky and challenging. No, Govardhan is doing a challenging service. He has to be there on top of Krishna. He has to take all kind of air, water, fire, everything is there. And at that time he got in touch with him. Otherwise the devotees were coming and playing, and Krishna was coming and going. And Govardhan is also teaching us that if you want to serve Krishna, in service of Krishna, we can, if required, we can be on the top of him. Wow. He is serving, but he is on top of him. All devotees are down. It's not necessary to serve Krishna from down. You can go above him to serve if required. If required. That is service attitude. That is what happened with gopis, no? Narad Muni came and asked, give us your dust. Krishna is having headache. So Gopi says, okay, take. No problem, take this dust for him. That is called service. So Govardhan, for serving devotees, he gave shelter to them. He is giving shelter to Radha. You can imagine. And who gives shelter to the entire world? Radha, who gives shelter to Krishna. And Govardhan is giving shelter to Radha. Now you might say, how is this possible? This is called Vrindavan. And that's what Prabhupada said to one of his devotee, Mataji. Prabhupada said, if required, you can stand on my head. So this statement is here in Leela Amrit. One Mataji, she was, I don't know what name, I think she was trying to adjust a photograph. Prabhupada was sitting on Vyasasana. And she stood on the side. She was adjusting. Her hand couldn't reach. Prabhupada said, no problem, you can stand on my head and adjust Krishna's photo. If the service is required. So for service, we can stand below Krishna, we can stand on the side of Krishna, we can stand above Krishna. No problem. We are just interested in service. That's what Krishna and his friends are there, no? So Krishna and his friends, they are playing, and sometimes Krishna's friends, they climb on his shoulders. Why? Because that is service. That is what he wants. And that's what this pastime is teaching us. This is a symptom of pure devotee. That if we don't ask Krishna, you give us protection. We tell Krishna, Krishna, I will protect you. That is pure, that is actually pure devotion. That is Yashodama. She wants to protect Krishna. And Bhaktisanta Saraswati Thakur, he said this. Generally people go to Krishna for protection, but we go to Krishna to protect him. And you see Yudhishthira Maharaj, when Krishna was going from Hastinapur to Dwarka, first canto, then Sukadeva Goswami says Yudhishthira Maharaj was very full of anxiety what will happen to him, and he sent a big army with him. You can imagine, like Yudhishthira Maharaj was there on the battlefield with Krishna, and because of Krishna they won the battle, and now he is like thinking, let me send an army, something will happen to him. This Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says pure devotion is like a snake. You can't understand how it moves. You can't understand how snake moves. It's moving like this. You can't understand actions of pure devotees and their thoughts and their mood. But one thing is clear, whatever they think, whatever they do, it is just to serve him and to please him. That is why Radha said, you are the greatest of servants. And also Govardhan became an instrumental. See, Govardhan wanted always to give Krishna satisfaction in all respects. Prabhupada says this statement. Don't just satisfy him in all respects. Don't just do kirtan that he smiles. Do a kirtan in which he dances. Not you just dance. That's what Tukaram. Tukaram. When he used to sing Vitthal, Krishna used to dance there. In Mantrale Raghavendra Swami, he has Ram deities. You have gone to Udupi, he has Ram, Lakshman, Sita, and there is no deity in entire world where Ram is dancing posture. You have seen the deities? Sita is dancing, Lakshman is dancing. Generally Ram is grave. But love of devotees is so great, they can even make Krishna lose their mood. That's all. Ram, in his entire pastime, he was very grave, Veer Gambhir. That's one quality. He was very grave. His mood is like that. But Raghavendra Swami's love was such that he forgot his mood. He forgot I am Ram and he started dancing. That is a devotee. A devotee wants to give Krishna the highest pleasure. And Govardhan was thinking about that. And he was doing that also before. Because Krishna, all these pastimes, Vatsalya Ras, Yashodama used to go with sometimes Krishna to have a tour of Govardhan. Gopis were having pastimes with Krishna in Govardhan caves. Krishna's friends were playing with Krishna, Govardhan. Cows were there. So Dasya, Sakhe, Vatsalya, they were all enjoying. He was providing a platform. But he was meditating what to do, how to give him so much enjoyment that everybody is in bliss. Krishna is in bliss at the same moment. And that time came. And Krishna understood his desire. And Krishna lifted him. And for 7 days, he gave pleasure to everybody. He brought Dasya, Vatsalya, Sakya or Madhure to their highest limit. He was instrumental to bring that highest. This is called service. Our service is to nourish the service of others. That's the greatest service what we can do. So he was actually serving Radha, serving the friends, serving cows, serving Yashodama, and for 7 days they were watching Krishna. Nobody ate, nobody drank, it is said, and they were simply seeing Krishna. That's all. Although they were all arrangements. Krishna said they are all arrangements, no problem. Leave your house, shift beneath Govardhan. They were afraid. What will happen to us? Krishna says no problem. So that's a characteristic of pure devotee. Pure devotee wants to not leave any sector where Krishna remains dissatisfied. And that's what Prabhupada says, do the needful. Prabhupada did book distribution, restaurants, so many things he was doing. What happened? Time or what? Yeah. Anyway, already it's...
You can continue.
I'm going to end here. So that is the symptom of a pure devotee. He wants to please Krishna, but not just please him, but please him in all possible ways. And that's why devotee plans. And Govardhan was planning what to do. He was always planning. Krishna fulfilled his desire. Krishna, and Prabhupada says Nectar of Devotion, always plan how to increase pleasure, his pleasure. Prabhupada was planning always. So, and also Govardhan is the greatest servant because even when this pastime is over and Krishna put him down and then he went off, even after that Govardhan did service to Krishna. How? By accepting the praises of devotees. That's interesting. Krishna told anybody will do parikrama of Govardhan, he will get pure devotion. Govardhan could have flatly denied, Krishna, I don't want such a big position. It's a big thing, Anybody who remembers you, he will get pure devotion. You are not different from me. So Krishna gave such a high position to Govardhan. Govardhan accepted that. He didn't think that, this is a very high position, I might, whatever he would have thought. But he gladly accepted. Okay, Krishna, if you want me to put me in front, I accept that. If you want to put me down, I accept that. If you want to put me in front, I accept that. If you want to praise me, I accept that. So, and this was a pastime. So you all know Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya went to meet his guru, and I think it was Mahapurna Goshtipurna, one of them. And when he met, his guru offered obeisances to Ramanuja. His guru understood he's a special person, and his guru offered Dandvat to Ramanuja, and Ramanuja didn't offer him back. You can imagine? The guru comes and he's offering obeisance and he was standing. That's not a small joke. He was standing. And then somebody asked, what happened to Ramanuja? His guru is offering obeisances and he's standing. But Ramanuja understood that if my guru wants me to do this service of accepting obeisances from him, I will accept. But only they can do, like we can't do all this kind of stuff. It's a big thing. That's why Govardhan is called the best of servant. The best of servant. Actually, there was one devotee in Sri Sampradaya. Ramanuja told him that your service is that I'll come daily and I'll wash your feet and take your Charanamrit. He told him like that. And he gladly accepted. Okay. If that's what you want, fine, wash my feet and take Charanamrit. That is pure devotion doesn't hesitate to serve his beloved. There's no hesitation. As soon as there's hesitation, you are out of Vrindavan. You are out of Vrindavan. They just have one thing in their mind: how to please Krishna. And that's why Govardhan said, okay, fine. If you want to make me famous, I gladly accept. If you want people to come to me and praise me and get benedictions for me, I will give them. I gladly accept. So, if we can meditate on Govardhan, we can also get all these qualities. Bhaktisiddhanta said once, the day, this is little extreme he said, but that's a point. He said, the day when you can offer your jhuta to Krishna, that day you will go to Vrindavan. He said that. He said that, by the way. Jhuta, you understand jhuta? Kya Hindi mein? Your and so Vrindavan, everybody is doing like that. Yashoda is giving her remnants as a kid. She eats, okay, Krishna eats. Gopis are doing that. His friends are doing Brahma. That's why he was confused. What is this? He's eating remnants of his friends. What's happening? It was just crazy. But why he said that? Because now we can't do artificially all these things. We can't just give remnants to him. But then how they can give? They can give their remnants because their service is so focused, they forget that this is their remnants. They can't even understand this is my remnant. There's just one thought: Krishna is hungry, I should give them. It is not the adjustment, it is not calculation. They forget this. We can try to avoid this fact, but we don't forget. They completely forget what I am doing. Is this remnant or not? They can see food, they can see Krishna, he's hungry, okay, take it. That's all is happening there. And that's what Prabhupada says in Nectar of Devotion. That one day will come that you will forget. You will forget everything about yourself, and you will be simply thinking about Krishna, and that day is perfection of life. You will even forget Krishna as God. Vrindavan, it's not that in Vrindavan people don't know He's God, they simply forget. Just like we say in devotion, don't do austerities. We say no, austerities are not required. Like so much feast. So, so we are taking feast, but what Raghunath Das Goswami was doing. One spoon of buttermilk every day. If you would have invited Raghunath Das Goswami to this feast, he would not have come. I'm pretty sure. He would have been outside, Give me buttermilk and that's okay. No feast. So are we supposed to do like that? No. We are not supposed to do like that. He is not doing that. He has forgotten that there is something called food. He is forgotten. He's out of his body. That's what Mahaprabhu says. Krishna Smaran Jar, Deha Smriti Nahi Yar. We just forget. And that kind of intensity of service is there in Govardhan. That's why we celebrate him. So this is a day we can intensify our service, learn from him all these things, try to apply in our lives. If you apply, you will understand. The more you swim, the more expert you become. So the more you apply, the more you pray to Krishna, I don't know how to apply. So make my life, plan my life, guide my life in such a way so that I get the opportunity to apply all these principles in life. And then you become expert. And then you can go back to God. That's all. You can be there with Govardhan. That is where the name Govardhan is there. Go means senseless. Actually, go has 32 meanings, not just one. That's the first word of Vedic dictionary. There's a Vedic dictionary, Nirukt, and that's called Yaksh Nirukt, which was commented by Kashyap Muni. Just 32 pages. First word is go, and there are 32 meanings of go. One is cow, clouds, senses. Cow and senses we know. Earth is also called go. It's round. So what's that called? Go. Go boom or something. So earth is called go. Cloud is called go. Rains are called go. Food is called go. Cow dung is called go. The third.
Vaishishka Prabhu says us go.
Go. What's that?
Book distribution.
Okay, so book distribution is called go. Okay. We can add there. So there's so many meanings. So this is Govardhan. Govardhan, go also. So in all these things, go means basically service. So Govardhan. Govardhan is teaching how to intensify our service. What should we do for Krishna so that we can intensify our service like him, and then we can go back to him. That is Govardhan. Increase. Vardhan means increase, and go means service. That's a common factor. That's a common. Cows are serving him, clouds are serving him, rains are serving him, food is serving him. No, everybody is serving all around us. Trees are serving him by giving flowers. Air is serving him. Sky is serving him. Only we are not serving him. That's the point. Only we in this entire creation not serving him. Everybody has this. It is said in Upanishads. I am not saying. It is said moon and sun are serving him. They in their mind know this. Earth is serving him, and all 5 elements are serving him. All 5 pranas, prana, apana, dan, vyan, saman, they are serving him. But only we don't serve him. But when we start serving him, then everything starts cooperating with us. All these elements. That is the principle of Ayurveda, by the way. So Ayurveda says when you start serving Krishna, all elements starts cooperating with you. So you have no disease. That's said in Ayurveda. That's a sutra there. So that is Govardhan. Govardhan is teaching us this fact, how to serve him, how to increase our service and how to maintain our service. So we give him so much food, we serve him, and in the process we learn from him how to serve Krishna. This is Govardhan fasting. Hare Krishna. Govardhan ji ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.